The House will now proceed to the vote for members participating in person. All those in favour of the motion will please rise.
Mr. Poilievre.
Mr. Schmale.
Mr. Schmale.
Mr. Ellis.
There you have it, Pierre Poilievre doing what Justin Trudeau would not do, standing up in the House of Commons and voting for a fair carbon tax price break for the entire country. As you recall, Justin Trudeau, just over a week or so ago, decided he needed to shore up his support in Atlantic Canada, and he came out with a plan to save votes, also claiming it would save the environment. And that is to say, you know what? We're going to pause the carbon tax on home heating oil. He claimed it was a national program, but that's not quite true. Justin Trudeau is just looking after votes in Atlantic Canada, where almost half of people in Prince Edward Island, over a third in Nova Scotia, about a quarter in Newfoundland and Labrador, all heat with home heating oil. This is about saving Liberal votes. Meanwhile, people across the country who heat with natural gas, they're getting nothing. So the Conservatives put forward a motion. Let's give everyone the same break. Let's be fair. It's a position supported by premiers across the country, across all parties. But Trudeau and the Liberals teamed up with the Bloc Quebecois to vote this down by a margin of 135 in favor and 186 against.
So he's now signed on with the separatists to divide Canadians into two separate classes. Those who will have to pay carbon tax on their home heat, and a small minority who will get a pause from the pain. Our common sense plan uses technology and not taxes to bring down both emissions and the cost of living. We've already said we will green-light green projects like small modular nuclear reactors, hydroelectric dams, tidal wave power, and other emissions-free energy.
Now, the only reason that Poilievre was able to get 135 votes is that most of the NDP, but not all of them, not all their Quebec MPs, voted in favor of this. Jagmeet Singh, the NDP leader, said he doesn't agree with Pierre Poilievre on a lot, including on climate change, but guess what? He does agree with him on this. There needs to be fairness.
And the Liberal minister, and effectively the Liberal government and the Prime Minister, said the quiet part out loud in an interview when asked why certain parts of the country are getting it or not. The Liberal minister literally said, well, if other people wanted to get it, they should have voted Liberal. So clearly this is divisive. They meant it to be divisive, and we're rejecting that. We think that's ridiculous.
So now Liberal MPs, especially the 76 in Ontario who voted against this, they're going to have to go to their residents in Mississauga, in Ottawa, in Durham, in Hamilton, in places like that, and explain why they just didn't back this, why they decided, you know what, we don't need to support average people who are having affordability problems. We only need to look after the people that vote for us the most. Of course, you know, Goody Hutchings, the Liberal cabinet minister, said that. You want the tax break? Vote Liberal. Well, across Ontario, they did. In big parts of BC, they did. In Manitoba, they did. And all the provincial governments there called for tax fairness. They didn't get it. We'll see how this plays out for Justin Trudeau as the bottom continues to fall out on him in the future. Let me know what you think. Drop a comment down below. Share this on social media. And don't forget to subscribe to our network.